Wembley has become poison chalice for latest Chelsea generation. For the first decade after its unveiling, the new Wembley Stadium was somewhat of a stomping ground for Chelsea. After beating Manchester United in the very first FA Cup final there in 2007, the West London club followed it up by winning 4 of their next 5 finals at the National Arena. Another 3 FA Cups came in 2009, 2010 and 2012, while they also clinched the League Cup in 2015. The only black mark was a 2008 extra-time defeat against Spurs in the latter competition. There was an inevitability about them flocking to the famous arch, an inevitability that if they reached the final more often than not they would leave with silverware. Yet ever since they came crashing down to earth in the 2017 FA Cup showpiece, Chelsea's Wembley fortunes have literally flipped on their head. A shock 2-1 defeat against Arsenal that day marked the beginning of a dreadful run which has seen them lose 5 of their last 6 domestic cup finals, turning the old stomping ground into a poison chalice. The Blues initially made up for their 2017 blow by getting the better of United the following year, but they head into Saturday's FA Cup final against Liverpool, having lost 2 on the bounce. Arsenal again came out on top when they collided in the 2020 final, albeit at an empty Wembley in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. 20,000 fans were then allowed in to watch Thomas Tuchel's men slump to a 1-0 defeat against Leicester last year. It is not only the FA Cup which has provided Wembley agony, nevertheless, as they also lost the 2022 and 2019 Carabao Cup finals, both on penalties. N'Golo Kanté, Cesar Azpilicueta, Marcos Alonso and Andreas Christensen have been along for the entirety of that devastating journey, picking up 5 unwanted runners-up medals in the process. The quartet have at least won an FA Cup for their troubles, however Chelsea's current crop of homegrown starlets have left Wembley empty-handed on 3 straight occasions. Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi, who were also involved in the League Cup shortcoming against Man City in 2019 are yet to taste success in a domestic cup final after a string of near misses, much like Mount. And incredibly, Mount risks suffering his 6th defeat in a Wembley final this weekend. As well as starting in all 3 of Chelsea's losses since 2020, the 23-year-old also got the Northern Derby's championship playoff final defeat against Aston Villa the year before, and when England hearts were broken in the Euro 2020 final last summer. Wembley has been a bogey ground for Mount over the past 4 years. As a result, he is determined to end his hoodoo in this latest final. "It's definitely time for us to win a final at Wembley," he said after scoring in their semi-final victory over Crystal Palace last month. "It's 5 finals I've lost. Now it's time to get our payback against Liverpool." The stakes are high for Mount and Chelsea as they gear up for a second Wembley battle with Liverpool on Saturday. 3 months after Kepa Arrizabalaga's woeful penalty which flew into Row Z cost them the Carabao Cup, revenge is on their minds heading into the second domestic final of the season. Though for Blues fans, simply watching their team lift a trophy aloft under the famous arch again is all that matters. Forget revenge. In recent years they have trudged despondently back down Wembley way after a gut-wrenching defeat far too often. 6 visits over the past 5 years has only ended with 1 triumph, which equates to a measly win percentage of 17. This season Chelsea have carved out 2 opportunities to end their Wembley jinx, and taking the second is of the highest importance.